Hey guys, JB here. It's Sunday now. For many of us, a day of rest. Not for me, I never stop working because I love working, right? I love my family too, and I love providing for them. Here's the deal. These weekend motivations are really about just giving you cool things to think about, food for thought. If you're out there working today, go back to the archives, get yourself another daily motivation. Search for what you want. Use the search function on the Wolf platform, right? For the rest of you, I picked out a clip I thought would just be really cool, and you'll get these every Sunday here, okay? So I'm not gonna meet you on the other side. It's just my gift to you. I think a really cool clip that really focuses on the inner game of success, all right? And there you go. And by the way, just so you know, I'm not even gonna retape these openings every week. You know, I do enough taping as it is, so you'll always see the same thing every Saturday, Sunday. But again, every Saturday, Sunday, you get these clips. Enjoy them. For those of you who are not on certification yet, you're not seeing these. Sorry. Okay, it's only for those of you who are. All right? Have a great day, and let's do some serious butt kicking on Monday. All right? Take care.
We have two worlds that we live in. We have this inner world, just because of sales, and it's really critical when it comes to selling. We have this inner world of success. What happens up here between your ears before you ever go out into the world and take action and try to sell anybody anything? And there are certain distinct things that you need to know how to do pretty well if you want to succeed. If you can't do them, you could be the greatest salesperson in the world with skills, but you're not going to succeed at a high level. So one of those things, by the way, and I'll do this out of order here, is your standards. Is what's your actual personal standard? What will you not settle for less than? Now, just so you know, most kids at 16, they made $125 in one day. They probably would have said, you know what, I'm going to go party for a few days, okay, and go wild, and go drink, who knows what I'll do. And then when it runs out, I'll go, come on, no, not me. I had high financial standards. I wanted to be rich. I wanted money. I came from a poor family. My parents did not have any money in the family, and they were both very, very smart people. They were both very educated people. Just to give you an idea about my mom, okay, she's now 80 years old. At 64 years old, she went back to law school and passed the New York State bar at 68, the oldest woman in New York State to pass the bar. She's a very smart lady, does all pro bono work for women's charities. Before that, she was a CPA, our certified public accountant in the 50s when women were not in the workplace doing that. Very smart lady. My dad was a CPA. They were very smart. They were very educated. They were very hardworking. And they were very broke. They did not have money because, number one, they worked for other people, but even more importantly, they did not like to sell. They thought influence was evil, so as much talent as they had to do other people's books and to do other books, they would not ever approach anybody. So I actually saw this in my house. Like, wow, I said, I came to this realization. I said, you can be really, really smart, you can be really, really educated, you can be really, really hardworking, and be really, really broke at the same time. I got that. I said, there were other things missing. And one was that they hated selling. And the second was that my parents were completely, what we call, risk averse. They would not take any risks in life. They were from that Depression era mentality, okay, where they hoarded their money, they didn't invest it all. And that's really called playing defense your whole life. They never played offense. And it's very hard to get ahead, especially in selling. As a salesperson, playing defense your whole life. So my parents never had any money. So I went out to the world realizing that, and I was frustrated because we didn't have any money, and I saw my parents struggling. So I had these high financial standards. I wanted to go to college. So rather than just taking the money and partying for a day, the next day I went back with 4 coolers, and I sold them all out and made $500 the next day. That was a lot of money in 1978, $500 in a day in cash. That first summer I made $20,000. My first summer selling ices. I then did that every single summer, and I then used that money to put myself through school, put myself through college that way. And I graduated college, and before I went out into the business world and staked my claim, I actually had one hiccup, so to speak, on the road to entrepreneurial, to sales success. And that was I spent 1 day in dental school, believe it or not. Any dentists in the room? Who the fuck would want to be a dentist? I mean, honestly, it's the worst profession. I hope there's no dentists here, by the way. But, I mean, you gotta stick your hands in people's mouths. It's gross, right? But here's what happened. From the time I was 18 months old, and I was in the high chair, and my mom was, giving me the bottle of the pablum and the applesauce, from that first moment, as the food was going in, She was saying the only way to become wealthy is you got to be a doctor. She's a Jewish mother. You got to be a doctor. The only noble wealth, doctor. It's like fucking hypnosis, okay? And it basically is, right? Hungry food, doctor, right? So what my mother was doing, just so you know, she was inserting a belief in me. And that makes up the second element of this inner game of success, the beliefs that we have. There are certain beliefs that we have, each of us, we all have them, that lead us to massive wealth and success in selling and in life in general. And there are other beliefs that we have, which we call limiting beliefs. The first are empowering beliefs. The second set are limiting beliefs, and they hold us back from achieving. They stop us from getting what we deserve in life. And we all have them. And these limiting beliefs, and this stuff, by the way, just there's a whole section on this in your workbook. And I'm not going to go through this in that much detail today because I want to focus on the actual hardcore, the skill sets of selling. This stuff is in the workbook. It's powerful. I'll go through a little bit. There's some exercises I want you to do when you get home. And it's really cool. We're very empowering. Today I want to focus on the selling stuff that's going to help you make more money immediately the next, starting tomorrow, right? So, but this belief systems that we have, imagine it's a limiting belief. It's almost like a governor on a Ferrari. Like you might have this beautiful, $500,000 cherry red Ferrari. It's got 500 horsepower, beautiful chassis, 12 cylinders in the engine, capable of doing 300 miles an hour. But if there's a governor on the engine stopping the flow of gas, you're not going over 55. I don't care what the car is capable of doing, that one element holds it back and you will not go over 55. That is what a limiting belief does to you. It stops you from charging forward when you should, and it causes you to pull back when you shouldn't. An example would be what my parents had in their hearts and in their minds, which was selling is evil. Selling is manipulative. Let me tell you, selling is life. Either you're selling in life or you're failing.